Sunshine, blue skies. I gotta cry. Man, it's supposed to cross crying. Since the pain, oh yeah. Listen, I love you. That sounds strange. I wish it would rain. A man ain't supposed to cry. I wish it would rain. I wanna go outside. I wish it would rain. Sunshine, blue skies. I gotta cry. A man ain't supposed to cry. Listen, listen. I love you. That sounds strange. I wish it would rain.
Right, hello, welcome back. What you guys just watched was me starting seeds. Yes, it's July. Yes, I'm starting seeds. I'm going to go over the seeds that we're starting inside and outside in our garden right now in July. Now we are zone 5 on the line, the edge of zone 4. Our growing season is not very long, but it's not incredibly short either. It could be way worse. We are in the central Maine area, to be more specific. So if you are in our area, it's not too late to do any of these things and start any of these seeds indoors or outdoors. I'm also going to tell you real quick which seeds we'll be starting towards the end of August, when the weather's going to get a little cooler and more tolerable for our cold weather crops out there. So what you guys just watched me start was cauliflower, Romanesco, and Brussels sprouts. Now we have 6 or 7 stalks of Brussels sprouts out in the garden right now, and they're doing tremendously well considering it's been really hot out all this week. It's been in the 90s, which is really hot for here. I know other places are getting like 108 degree weather this week. That'd be a huge no for me. So 90 degrees is a huge no for me. So those 3 things we started indoors, and they'll be transplanted out in the end of August. They'll go out into the garden to grow for a fall crop. Now we've actually never done a fall garden like that before. I've always wanted to. I've always known that I could, but I've never had the umph to make myself do it. So this year we're doing it. We're gonna have a fall garden. Hopefully it goes well. Those 3 things. Romanesco we're starting because I cannot grow broccoli to save my life. You guys, broccoli is just a no. It's just not gonna happen, I guess. So we're gonna try Romanesco. We've actually never eaten that before, but I've heard great things about it, and we're not picky eaters, so we're gonna go ahead and try that. In the garden now that we're starting by seed is string beans. I just did another long row of, we prefer actually yellow wax beans over green beans, and I just started a whole new packet of those for further down towards fall harvest. You still have plenty of time, you guys, to start these things. I just started a new row of cucumbers because our cucumbers out there will produce a whole bunch a couple of times and then they might start slowing down. So I started a whole bunch more. Still plenty of time for those. What you guys need to do is you need to look at our last like potential frost date, or our first potential frost date that happens in the fall, and which I think is like October 12th ish. Now we know if you live in the central Maine area, if you live in Maine at all, we know that it can go crazy in either direction. We really have insanely wacky weather up here, so of course, you know, anything can happen, but just go by that. Count backwards, look at your seed packet, how many days till harvest. Push the limits a little bit with that if you want to, because sometimes we don't get a frost until like late November. I've seen years where it took forever to get a frost, or a hard frost at least. So go ahead and start these things now, though. You are safe to start these things now. I've already did the math for you. If you're in my area, go for it. Lettuce, we kind of succession sow throughout, because in this hot weather it doesn't do so well, so you only get a couple cuts off of it before it goes to seed. So string beans, lettuce, and cucumbers are out in the garden, restarted right now. And we will grow lettuce until it starts getting cold enough to actually kill it. So starting at the end of August, direct sowing into the garden is going to be all of our root crops. We're not going to start those yet because I don't know how hot August is going to be. July is looking pretty hot already. So these things will start towards the end of August, and they should be fine. They should have plenty of time. We're going to start beets, radishes, carrots, kale, and peas will all be started. And spinach. I didn't write that down, but I'm going to grow a nice big row of spinach as well. And those will be fall garden crops. So definitely take the time to grow a fall garden. I know the norm up here is just to try to grow everything in a 4-month span as quickly as you can. But when it's getting hot out like this, and it's been hot out like this is the coolest summer we've had for like 3 years now. We had weirdly warm summers for the last couple years up here that are we're not used to. Our plants aren't used to it. So a lot of people lost a lot of early spring crops, like the broccoli and the lettuces. They all went to seed. They didn't produce. Between the lack of rain and the heat, nothing really did well. So go ahead and take advantage of the fall garden as well. It really, really, really is worth it. We started our cabbages indoors in February, and we transplanted them out into the garden the 3rd week of April. I meant to do it the 1st week, I just never got around to it. 3rd week of April we started them out in the garden, and I harvested 140 to 150 pounds of cabbages out of 3 18-foot rows, and now those rows are going to be used for secondary crops. So I'm getting 2 growing harvests out of these rows because I split up our growing seasons accordingly. So it really is worth it. If you're really pushing for the self-sufficiency and the providing of one's own food, take advantage of the different seasons that we have, even in a short season zone. I hope you guys have a great rest of your work week. Thank you for hopping on and watching this video real quick. We will talk soon. Mwah. Bye. Love you guys.